tell me about your experience at East 15 Acting School and the prestigious acting and stage program, please.
Oh man, so it was incredible. It was an amazing 3 years.
Okay.
So it's the acting and stage combat course at East 15 Acting School,
Mm-hmm.
and it is the only course of its kind in the world. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
And it is 3 years of conservatoire actor training. But it's kind of you have an extra string to your bow because you
Mm-hmm.
graduate as a fight performer as well. So you get trained in 8 different weapon systems, so like broadsword, sword and shield, knife, which was really useful in this movie, um, just like to bring all that intensity to the fight scenes.
Okay.
And then yeah, graduated third year. Was really fortunate to get an agent, and here I am.
Okay. Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks very much.
welcome. You're welcome. How was your experience at East 15 Acting School? And how has it, silly question, but how has it helped to develop you as an actor?
Oh, no, I think that's a great question.
Thank you.
It was intense. It was
Okay.
really intense.
Hmm.
I don't come from like an acting background, at least prior to that.
Okay.
I had a kind of a career switch.
Hmm.
So I did 2 years of musical theatre where I'm from in the Lake District, which is like rural north of England.
Sure.
Um, and I kind of just took a chance and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna audition at this like really prestigious school on like the only course of its kind. And I was like, I'll probably give myself 10 years to try and get in.
Okay.
Uh, and then just super fortunate got in first time. So I
Wow.
think even though it was like really intense and it was
Hmm.
long days,
Hmm.
and it always was. I had this like gratefulness, just to be there,
Sure.
um, which kind of made it, um, I don't know, made the experience sweeter. So yeah,
Okay.
can't fault it honestly. And some of the fight directors, like incredibly fortunate to have been taught by them.
Sure, sure. It's interesting that you mentioned just how just being thankful, that gratitude genuinely, truly grants perspective. It's hard to complain when you're just in the consistent mindset of gratitude. You're so grateful to be there. You were so grateful to be there. So you didn't think about the intensity or how difficult it was, just that gratitude. So that's really good, man. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. That was so well put as well.
Thank
So
you.
thank
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate you. I've been itching and aching to ask you now. You did all the stage combat and all that good stuff. Have you trained? Did that encourage you to want to train some form of martial arts at all, or where are you with that?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, tell me
absolutely.
about it, please. I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, so I think when I started, so I did a little bit of boxing before going on to the
Okay.
course.
Okay.
I just felt like it was a really good conditioning tool. And I've always been like a huge boxing fan, huge
Okay.
UFC fan.
Sure.
Um, so I did a little bit of that. And then when I went on the course, they train you in a martial art to kind of just learn like a fluidity of movement that's really
Okay.
useful in
Sure.
choreography.
Hmm.
So we did a little bit of Kali, which is a Filipino martial art,
Nice. Yep. Hmm.
really stick based, a
Hmm.
little bit of knife as well.
Hmm.
Um, and outside of East 15, I did some Brazilian Jiu Jitsu,
Wow.
which I thought was really humbling
Sure.
experience. So I loved that. I did that at Southend Combat Academy. So shout out
Okay.
to those guys.
Sure.
Um, and then at that academy, I did a little bit of Olympic wrestling as well.
Wow.
Which I think it's amazing. I think even though they're both grappling sports, I think the
Hmm.
contrast between wrestlers and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners are like it's like night and day. Like I
Sure.
love it. I love the contrast.
Sure. I mean, but see, the cool thing about that, Jack, is you got a little bit from both of them.
Yeah.
There's a contrast, but you have a little bit of both, and it makes you more well-rounded of a martial artist, man. I trained martial arts off and on for a number of years. So when I was
Oh,
researching,
amazing.
yes, when I was researching and I seen about the combat training, I said, I gotta ask him, I gotta ask. So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
thank you. And then to look at you, you look like you're in good shape. So, I mean,
Thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome. All of those things definitely play a part. Um, is there any other martial art that you think you'd like to incorporate or that you like to learn or I mean,
Oh,
because you sound
man,
like
I'm like a kid in a candy shop. Honestly, that's a good question.
thank you.
Um, oh, martial art that I haven't tried, which I'd want to learn.
Okay.
I feel like Muay Thai.
Muay
like
Thai. Okay.
the Thai kickboxing.
Sure.
I feel like some of those guys are like really hardcore. Like I watched some of
Hmm.
their fights and like their records, the age
Hmm.
that they start fighting.
Hmm.
Um, I think that would be cool because we did a few kicks. We did like a little bit of kickboxing.
Sure.
But it's and like we did a lot of gymnastics as well, so it was really good for the flexibility.
So you're a
Um,
gymnast. You're a gymnast too?
yeah, so I maybe wouldn't call myself a gymnast, but I've got some tricks up my sleeve.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I can like walk on my hands quite efficiently.
Okay.
Do like a front flip. It really helps with like the falling and stuff
Sure.
like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like more in leaning more into like the fight performance side of things.
Sure, sure. I mean, so Jack, being that you have the background with the combat training and you're a lover of martial arts, do you think that that would incline you to want to do more action films in particular? I mean, because I would imagine it'd be hard. I mean, myself personally, I've been a martial artist for a number of years. So when it comes to watching film, I want to see martial arts. When it comes to creating film and that, I like to incorporate martial arts into it. That's just a passion and a love for me. But I'm curious as
Yeah.
to if that's the same for you, or would you still like to delve off into other things?
Yeah, I'd still like to delve off into other things.
Okay, okay,
And I feel like I'd say, I mean, I love action films. There's so
sure,
many good action films out there,
yeah,
so it's
for sure,
definitely like um on the horizon to do
yeah,
action films. But like for example, like the horror genre, I feel like the intensity in often seen in horror, it really blends itself nicely
hmm,
to having that physical background.
sure, sure,
So it's something that I thought I could like utilize in this movie.
hmm,
Um, so yeah, I want a bit of everything really. I'm a little
okay.
bit greedy. Like I want to go in all the genres.
Hey, why not? I mean, it's performance. I mean, yeah, most definitely. Jack, tell me about your experience working on Viral Haunt. How did you get connected to the film? And tell me about your experience on a project.
So I would say, and well, initially when I heard about Viral Horn, I thought I want to watch this movie, let
Hmm.
alone like be in it. Like this is a movie that I would kill to watch,
Sure, sure.
because it's just so unique in its concept.
Okay.
I got in touch with Natasha,
Hmm.
so the one of the producers and directors.
Hmm.
Um, so I actually trained on the same course as her boyfriend, Louis Santa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Um, so yeah, me and him trained at East 15 for 3 years. It was amazing. He's like
Wow.
top guy.
Okay.
So talented as well. So if you haven't checked him out, I highly recommend it.
I will.
Um,
Thank you.
and yeah, so that was kind of like where the mutual connection came in.
Okay.
Um, and then she invited me to audition for the role of Jake, so one of the leads.
Hmm.
And as soon as I saw the audition materials, I was like, oh, this is a good fit. I was like, this is if it was a jacket, it's like it would be very snug. Probably like your blazer there. It's a good
Thank you.
fit. So I did it, and I got really good feedback on it. But
Okay.
obviously they have to audition, they have to put the auditions out there, and it has to,
Hmm.
get as big a net as possible to see like the range of talent.
Hmm.
And I was thinking, oh man, I hope like this will be so amazing.
Okay.
And then about a week later, I got a message saying congratulations, you're in the film.
Nice. Nice. That's
And then
awesome.
oh, thank you.
You're
And then
welcome.
my actual experience on set, I really can't fault it. I think Natasha and Steve were just phenomenal.
Hmm.
You wouldn't think it was their first like horror feature. You'd think they're
Hmm.
way more experienced than that.
Wow.
I think all their acting background really played a part in it as
Sure.
well.
Okay.
Um, like they just, yeah, they had a really good grasp of what was going on, and they ran a good ship.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Now, do you have any standout moments working on Viral Haunt that you can share? Anything that really just, other than you said earlier in terms of how it just is the creativity of it, the
Yeah.
concept, but do you have anything else about the experience that stood out to you, or had you already stated it?
Oh, it's a tough one because there are so many that just jump
Sure,
out.
sure, sure.
If I had to say one, I would say it would be in the scenes
Hmm.
where, and there's a few of them where all the main cast are together.
Hmm.
So you've got about five actors, and it was the energy in the room.
Okay.
There's a scene, a podcast scene,
Hmm.
um, and it was just flowing. Like it was
Hmm.
really, really flowing, and you could just
Hmm.
tell that everyone was kind of cooking on hot gas and
Nice.
bouncing off each other. Um, so yeah, I would say that because there was just the energy was so high, and I'm so fortunate to work with so many like talented other actors.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I would say the big scenes. But then on the flip side of that, anytime there's a bit of violence in there, which I don't think I can mention, but any bits of violence in there was, oh man, like we're in for a treat when we see it.
Okay. Outstanding, outstanding, and awesome. Jack Coy, it has been a honor and a privilege and a pleasure to speak with you, a brother in the martial arts, and your enthusiasm. I mean, I have to say, man, everybody I've had a chance to talk to, you guys have amazing energy, your exuberance. You guys are talented, man. This has been a treat for me. I tell you, I appreciate you taking time.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you as well. It's
You're
been great.
welcome. Thank you. Thank you.